guys, it's Fiona from Eventide Reads, and today I'm here to do a quick video that just is about my bookish habits and how they've changed. So I was thinking the other day that the kind of books I read has changed a lot in the last 12 months, and I wondered what other bookish things that I used to do have changed. So I sort of sat down, had a think, and I came up with a little list, so I just thought I'd share it with you. So first things first, I used to love being given a massive book, like a 600, 700 page book, and now I am intimidated by large books. If you give me a 400 page book, I'm a bit like, oh, don't really want to know if I don't know if I want to read this. But if you give me a 200 page book, I'm like flying through it. But I don't know what it is with big books at the moment. I just really don't want to know, which is so unlike me. I was always clamouring for something to read when I was younger, and the bigger book, the better. And I know my friend who I go and visit and send books to and stuff, she's very much the same. She likes a big book. But right now, I don't know what it is, I can't deal with them. And it's really weird. And the next one is my obsession with hardbacks. I never used to be bothered whether it was a hardback or a paperback. As long as I had a book, it was fine. But now I'd much rather have a hardback if I can get one. So I mean, I've ordered American hardbacks because it's not out in hardback over here and stuff like that, which I never really used to think about, and just kind of went, oh well, it's only in paperback. And now I can get all kinds of hardbacks and they're just so pretty. Along with my strange obsession with hardbacks right now, I also have my strange obsession with contemporary. I never really read contemporary, except when you're quite young and you read the real life stories of, pets and stuff like that. Little girl finds an abandoned cat, Holly Webb style. I used to love all that kind of stuff as a kid, and then just grew out of it in my teens and was much more about fantasy. And in probably the last year or year and a half, we'll say, I just started picking up contemporaries on a whim in the hopes that maybe I would like them. And now it's like my favourite genre, and if I could get a contemporary, I will forget everything else. I mean, I've just gotten Fangirl, and I'm just like, oh, but I've got so many other books to read, but it's contemporary, I want to read it. So, contemporary at the moment is just like my thing, and it has been for a while, and I just wonder how long that's going to continue. Don't get me wrong, I still like other genres, but this is kind of like the one at the moment. A really, really bad habit I used to do that I know a lot of bookish people hate is I used to dog ear pages, like really badly. I've got books that are just disaster areas. It's from when I was fairly young though. This is quite an old one. It's only in the last, well actually I'd say it's like when I was just like 10 years ago I stopped doing that kind of thing, but I only kind of realised how much I actually take care of my books now. My books are so important to me, and I never really realised quite how important until I had enough that I could look at them and go, wow, my books look nice and I want to look after them. So hey, it's a weird thing. And lastly, the biggest bookish change I've made is of course this bad boy. It's my Kindle. I don't really buy many ebooks because I would much rather have the physical book. This is purely for review purposes, but again, that's another change. I can now review so many more books and actually sit down and read them, and it's actually quite awesome because there's so many books that I just wouldn't get otherwise. And it's opened me up to quite a lot of different kinds of books. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, I'll give it a go, I'll review it, see what happens. When Headline contacted me to review that graphic novel I did a while ago, that was something a bit different, and it was really, really cool. So it's really nice to change it up a bit, change pace or change whatever. So I mean, for me, it's great that I can now get more and more involved in the review process and actually go, hey, look, I wrote a review about this book, and actually let people know, which is kind of cool. So those are some of my bookish habits that have changed that I can think of anyway. Let me know, have any of yours changed in the last couple of years? Is there anything major you've started doing that you didn't used to do? Like for me, taking care of my books. My books are special. They're my books. I don't tend to lend hardbacks out. Like, I lend books out a lot, but hardbacks, I will try to avoid doing that. Anyway, I hope you all have an awesome day, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye!